Hi guys, my name is Sean. I'm a houseplant enthusiast from Jakarta, Indonesia. I'm with Pak Chandra here in his beautiful Anthurium nursery.
Mr. Chandra is interested in creating new forms, colors, and variegation for Anthuriums to bring to the market. We start off with an interview to get warmed up, covering topics such as market trends, growing tips, and showing off one of his superstars in the nursery, the Anthurium Bonfire. Then, we toured tons of Anthuriums Mr. Chandra has collected from around the world and his own select hybrids. Timestamps are conveniently placed in the episode so you can jump to the topic you find most relevant. Now, I know a small percentage of you absolutely loathe hybrids and variegated Anthuriums. If this is you, do check out last week's episode where we visit a grower with a purist approach to Anthuriums. I personally think that it's a beautiful thing to have diverse preferences and options to this incredible genus. Before we proceed, I kindly ask for you to smash that like button like you mean it, and maybe comment an Anthurium currently in your wishlist.
So, why Anthuriums?
I love Anthurium since 1990.
Okay.
It's more than 30 years.
Yeah.
It's like one of my first love.
Okay.
Right? So if you ask me why I love Anthurium, it's difficult to answer.
Okay.
But it's my long time love of plant is Anthurium.
And you're particularly hybridizing for variegated traits.
Actually, two. One is variegated and one is for the dark leaf.
And also sometimes you will see dark leaf and variegated at the same time.
Well, that is also what I'm doing right now. So we want to have like orange variegation, and recently I got some pink one, which
Okay.
is probably still new in the market today. Yeah.
Interesting. Also, while walking around your nursery here, I did notice some of the interesting shapes or forms of Anthuriums that are neither variegated nor dark leaf, but there's just super cute shapes. So I guess these are some hybrids that you've collected or some of them that you've made along the way. Because I know that Pak Chandra, he buys up a lot of Anthuriums from around the world, a lot of the mother plants, and then he has all these hybrids. And of course, sometimes the byproduct is some interesting and unique shapes of Anthuriums. So there's a lot of them in this nursery. And of course, we can't show you all of them, but as best as I can, I would show you. Can you tell me more about this one in front of
Yeah, this one is the one that I'm really proud of, but actually it's not my hybrid. It's Eddie Pranoto hybrid.
Yeah.
APP.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's my good friend.
Yeah.
And I'm very fortunate to have one of his hybrid. And this one won the Best in Show in Floyd 2023.
Okay.
So this is like my baby.
Nice.
Really my baby. You know, I loved it. Why the different with the others? Because if you see, Sean, when the leaf get older, they don't change the color. They're still maintaining the orange copper color.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah.
Beautiful.
Which is the other variegation. Usually the older leaf, they change the color, right?
Okay, yeah.
Fading the color. But this one, it seemed that it's still the same. And I'm trying to producing the seed from this, and hopefully the traits of this bonfire, I call it bonfire,
Yeah.
will go into the second generation F1, F2, and F3, and
Yeah.
we'll see if I can develop something interesting from this plant.
As beautiful as the variegation is, I think sometimes when you go down the generations, it's possible to find even better looking ones out of
Oh
the
yes,
babies.
of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Eddie has so many hybrids. I think he has one every week.
Oh yeah, I think he's been doing
babies.
it for more than 20 years. you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
his mother also doing it
Interesting.
before that. So he's got one of the best collection of Anthurium, you know. He's my guru. He's even much younger than me, but I still call him a guru.
Yeah.
I learned something from him. A lot of things I learned from Didi.
Nice. So this is also a potential mother plant for other hybrids as well, because
Yes,
it's wonderful.
yes, sure, yeah. I did, breed with other duck one, selfing, and I do many things. And maybe on the future, I think to have like the different shape,
Yeah.
maybe like a narrow and flat sinus. You know, I'm trying to do it.
Now I have a good question. As a long-time Anthurium players, we're only now seeing this heart-shaped leaf type Anthurium, because we know there's the bird nest Anthuriums. These heart-shaped leaf Anthuriums, we're just seeing the variegated ones in the market in the last, 2-3 years. Did they exist 10 years ago or 20 years
Yeah,
ago?
of course. The
did.
one called AOS,
Yeah.
AOS, variegated AOS,
Yeah.
I have it for maybe more than 10 years. already.
Okay, so they were
Yeah.
around, but maybe at the time people like didn't rush to breed them as much as they are today.
The trend of the plant is always change.
Okay.
Like a fashion. I think Sean knows about it because he's doing a fashion designer for a long time, right? Always change from time to time. It change. Plant doesn't make any difference. It will change too. So if you can read the history and the market for the future, I think you will win.
Okay.
So this one takes time, Sean. Doing breeding, I've been doing only 3 years. Before I just buy and do cutting.
Yeah.
Okay, but the last 3 years I've been doing for breeding, and then it's really rewarding.
Right.
Every night, every morning, I just see the developing of the seedling, and that's very nice. And I like it. It's good for my mind.
Nice. So is it safe to say that in the history of mankind, and maybe in the history of Anthuriums, this is the first time that we're enjoying so many different varieties of hybrids and also variegated?
Oh yeah.
Has there ever been an instance in the past history where we have so many different types of...
Yeah, I think just recently, because 2006 and 7, they're like a boom of Anthuriums too.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
not like today. I think today we have more variety,
Yeah.
species, varieties, somehow coming out. There's some are old varieties too. They're not necessarily like all new varieties. Some are old variety. We
Yeah.
do hybrid with old variety too. So.
Yeah, because as like I've only been collecting plants for like the last 5 or 6 years, but honestly, this is the first time I'm seeing such an explosion of combinations coming out, like in terms of shapes, colors, and the possibility just gets unlocked more and more. Let's say you found a new hybrid like this, then the potential of this becoming a mother plant is like insane. So the possibility is becoming a lot more unlimited, which is crazy with the Anthurium. Because looking around, like literally all of these plants can be hybridized with one another to introduce different traits. So
Yeah.
excited to see what's coming out of the Anthurium market. One quick question before we go on our tour. A lot of us find it difficult to grow even just the regular heart-shaped leaf Anthuriums because they're suede-like leaves. They're very prone to bacteria, prone to crisping and others. What is the best condition?
There's some people, saying like, oh, it's hard to grow Anthurium. We know from not only in Indonesia, even you go to Thailand, like very professional breeder of plant, always said, oh, it's hard for me to grow Anthurium. But I think we just had lunch in my new restaurant called The Waterfall, right? And then I saw you did some filming.
Yeah.
And I hope you filming my Anthurium.
Of course.
Right?
Yes.
And then look at that. I didn't change anything there. I planted 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Look at today. And they're okay.
Yeah.
They're not like here. I keep it inside the what we call evaporation room.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't need that actually. This one is like to get the maximum
For
result.
breeding, because you're
For
doing
breeding.
all these seedlings and you want them
Yeah.
to grow as fast as possible to produce
Yeah.
babies.
But actually, if you don't have this kind of evaporation room, I think it's okay.
Now, in terms of nutrition, do you have any secrets or what is your recipe for nutrition?
Actually, it's no secret, Sean. But in the last 7 years, I was introduced by my good friend in Singapore. His name is Mr. John Tan.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So somehow I went to his house, and he said like, Chandra, I give you this. You try it. It's made in Japan.
Yeah.
It's named SB101. Okay. And I tried.
Yeah.
And the first time I said, I try many things, and I still kill my plant. But after that, after I brought plant home from everywhere, which is bare rooted,
Yeah.
and I dip it, with only few drops of SB101,
Yeah.
and I would say almost 99% I don't kill my plant now today. And then now I use it for growing all my Anthurium now.
Now, do you spray on the leaves or do you put it in the
We do both. We water it in the medium and also spray on the leaf. We do it
Interesting.
2 times a month.
Yeah.
So 2 times watering and 2 times spraying.
Do you do other kinds of nutrients or is that the only thing that you use?
Of course you use liquid
NPK.
NPK. Yes, we use liquid NPK. Sure. Yeah. And then I use a drip system. So every morning and every evening, maybe only 2 or 3 minutes dripping only. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
One last question.
Yes.
Are they susceptible to pests or how do you do any kind of pest control on them?
Well, if you grow it inside the evaporation room, it's almost no pests.
Okay.
But if we saw some pests, we just spray it on the spot.
Okay.
Not spray all over.
Okay.
Just very little pests.
Yeah, I actually haven't found many pests in my Anthurium collection. There are other plants like Hoyas and stuff that actually invite a lot more pests. I guess that's it about the care. Let's look around and show us some of your interesting Anthuriums. So, Mr. Chandra, we ran into this last year at Flowy, I believe. We
Yeah.
saw I think the leaf was a bit smaller than this. Is this the same plant?
Yes, the same plant. I have 3 actually.
Really?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I noticed they were from different pots. And then now you have like baby seedlings coming
Yeah,
out.
this is the selfing.
That's really cute.
I think maybe the first time in Asia. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
But this is not easy to come by, and it's really a
Yeah,
beautiful
it's
Anthurium.
still rare in the Anthurium world.
Yeah. But it's natural for them to curl up like this.
Curl up a little bit, yeah, not straight, with curl up.
Beautiful. And look at the veins, it's so protruded. I guess this has good implications too for hybridizing, if you're into the veins.
Yeah, we're trying to hybrid with something else, but still fail.
Yeah.
But this is the first time that we do some selfing and then successful. Only this.
Okay.
We don't. Maybe we'll be
Cute.
ready 3 months, 3 months, maximum 4 months from now.
All right.
I think we'll be for selling in the public.
So I guess if you're watching this video, you want to look for some seedlings. This one
Yeah,
in the hands.
this one. This
Okay,
one
one
is
more
a
time.
hybrid actually, Sean.
Okay.
It's a King of Spades,
Yeah.
crossed with NSE Red Crystallinum.
Ah, interesting. So it's got a bit of that hard shape, but it still have the strong King of Spades
Yes.
feature here.
Yeah.
So the andreanum is what we're mostly familiar with in our supermarkets, the common flowering Anthurium. But this is the variegated variety, and the flowers are in fact, well, you can't really call these flowers. They're modified leaves, the Spades. They're variegated as well. How wild is that?
The name is E3.
Anthurium E3.
E3, yeah.
Do you know where it's from?
It's from Padui.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's,
The hybrid is a complex hybrid.
it's a
this
complex
one.
hybrid from
It's a-
Indonesia.
From Indonesia, yes.
Interesting. So the new
Yeah.
leaf always comes out with this color,
Right.
and then they
Right.
become like this. This is very cute.
It's very
actually.
compact and
Yeah. If you ask me, this almost has a good application for landscaping too, because it's
Yes.
so unique, and
Yes.
that texture, and then it's like very ruffled.
yes, a bit slow grower, but
Yeah.
it's nice, very compact, thick leaf. And it was a triple champion 3 times in a row. This one is two species, I think, 2 species of papill.
Mhm.
We call it RA5 crossed with RA8. RA is RoryAntolak.
Okay.
This is the guy that maybe you will meet in
Yeah.
September in IAS show in Miami.
So this is interesting. So these 2 plots are the same hybrid.
I think this one is better, it's darker.
Yeah. This one has well.
Maybe position of the, against the light.
Correct.
That one is maybe get the more light maybe.
Are these seed or are they clones?
But I think they're seedling.
Seedlings. So sometimes when you have seedlings, you have slightly different traits.
Yeah, maybe a
One from
different
another.
little bit, yes.
So the papillillaminum, as far as I know, they are quite popular choice as the mother plant for a lot of your hybrids. Is that correct?
Yes, mostly the papillilaminum and like another one is called crystallinum, right?
Okay.
People like both of them.
But Pak Chandra, that looks so naughty.
Yeah, this one is red vein duck phoenix, which is very popular
This is from SiamFlora.
from SiamFlora, but this is a special one. This one, they call it night dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, because they selected from the seedling of red vein duck phoenix for the darkness of the leaf
Yeah.
and also the red color.
Nice.
Yeah, red color. So this one is darker and more red than the common red vein duck phoenix. They call it night dragon.
And this also has a huge potential as being a mother plant because of the trait.
I use a lot of this. Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Already?
Yes, already.
Wow.
And SiamFlora only sold this hybrid only to 3% in the world. So from Uli, Haji Uli.
So this is called the King of Spades
In
butterfly.
Spades, but butterfly, yes.
Interesting.
Because the sinus is a bit going low, not going like this. This one is a hybrid of Anthurium Splendidum from Ecuagenera, Ecuador. It's hybrid of the Anthurium Splendidum with something. I forgot what is the cross with.
Yeah.
But they call it a Splendid Ivan. Splendid Ivan. Ivan is one of the owner of the Ecuagenera.
Beautiful reptile-like.
Yes, yes.
And it's so heavily pregnant.
And Splendidum is famous for it's hard to grow in the lowland.
Okay.
Yeah, I kill maybe 5 or
Because
6.
they're highland? Or?
There's a highland.
Oh yeah, most Anthuriums are highland.
Yes, yes. But this one, when they hybrid with something else, it will grow very well in the lowland.
Do you have any hybrids of this already or not?
Yeah, so seedling, yes. The Splendidum crossed with variegation over there too.
Really?
Yeah, it's a bit narrow. Yeah, we'll see when they grow, maybe narrower than this one. From Ecuagenera too.
Did you cross it here or did you buy it already?
Oh, already bought it crossed.
So it was crossed already?
Yes, already crossed.
Gorgeous.
This one should be very nice when they grow bigger. It's an Indonesian hybrid called Silver Tiger. But
Interesting.
it's really nice.
Yeah. Interesting shape on that, especially on this newest leaf. Yeah. So
The-
Mystique A88 is your original hybrid. We didn't mention
Yeah,
it
yeah,
in
yeah.
the
Mystique
show
is our hybrid, yes.
before. It's interesting to see some people have them now. I see some people tag them on Instagram overseas.
Yeah, yeah.
So beautiful. Yeah.
This one is Mystique. Anthurium Mystique is actually a Anthurium dorayaki crossed with Red Crystallinum from NSE.
Nice.
And this is our hybrid. We call it Anthurium Mystique.
Okay. And you have seedlings of this going.
I have a seedling of this. Yeah, of course. Yes.
So this Anthurium basically you cut it off, and then
Yeah.
this is the new branch that grows.
Yes, yes.
Where you cut. So sometimes when you have an old Anthurium and it's like not looking so good, you can just chop it off, or you can propagate the top.
This one is the original king of Spades from Haji Uli, Mr. Uli.
Yeah.
Right? He gave me the top cutting of his original plant.
Ah, I see.
So this probably the only king of Spades original outside of his nursery.
Okay.
Only me, maybe in the world, only me and Haji Uli, Mr. Uli that own this one.
So this is an actual clone.
Yeah, and I have maybe 3 or 4, but this one is the same,
Yeah.
same one.
It's interesting because now there's so many different forms and mutations
Yes,
and
yes,
seedlings
yes.
in the market.
Yes.
It's interesting to see what the original.
But
clone-
look at the leaf is thicker than, usually the seedling is thinner than this, but this one is very thick and,
Okay.
you know.
So you just bought the seed.
I bought this for 150 million
Okay.
yeah, but I got my money back already. It's a clarinervium, variegated clarinervium, yes.
Maybe
But
one
I
of-
think a good form. I think a giant, a bigger leaf,
Yeah.
and a good variegation. But
it-
I'm surprised he's selling with the seed,
Oh.
with the seed, you know. I'm surprised
Interesting.
why. Like, but Chandra, you want to buy this? What do you mean? You selling this with the seed? Yes. How much? 150. I said yes. Yeah.
Red sunset with black gold. So the mother plants you basically got from all over the world.
Yes, yes, and
then-
local too.
local too.
Not only from abroad, but
Yeah.
also from local.
So this is your original hybrid here.
Yeah,
of
but
the-
we are hybrid here.
yeah,
correct.
Interesting. This one actually looks quite similar.
Yeah, but it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
this-
this one here is.
This one is Red Sunset, which it's a hybrid from Eddie Pranotto
Okay.
and crossed with Brasileiro,
Yeah.
the species from Panama.
Yeah, and you were mentioning earlier that the variegation usually fade down to like a yellow and then to like a.
Yeah, yeah.
This one here is interesting too. It's got like a reddish new leaf. Oh, this is A88.
Yeah, it's we call it papillillaminum A88 is our hybrid,
Yeah.
which is AOS variegated crossed with Luxurian. This one is very interesting color too.
Yeah.
It's got a pink shade. It's Red Sunset crossed with Gunayala.
Okay. So you
This
talk
one.
about some of the pink
Yeah.
shades.
Yeah, this one got a pink shade.
The pink's not showing much on the camera, but it is very pink with the naked eye.
Oh yeah, it hopefully will be much narrower.
Oh, so you're trying to breed for the narrow.
Yeah, yeah. But actually, they don't have any narrow thread here. But they come out new leaf is a bit narrow,
Yeah.
a bit pink,
Yeah.
pink too,
It's like a salmon
like a salmon color. It's also Red Sunset
set.
crossed with this area. That's the same with before. Yeah. Look, the Forgetia trait there.
Yeah, very, very forgetty.
Yeah.
So here's the bonfire.
This is a bonfire crossed with Fort Sherman. This bonfire. So I hope this will be a pink color,
Yeah.
and then the leaf will be much narrower when they grow up,
Okay.
when they mature.
And maybe as a bonfire, the leaf doesn't fade as much.
Yeah, we'll see because it's
see.
still this
Yeah.
size. I don't know. We have to
Don't know
wait
yet.
maybe another 3-4 months from now.
You have a lot of hybrids going on. This is the A88 cross with the black gold.
Yeah, the black gold. Yeah. See the shape of the leaf.
Love
It's
that
very
one.
promising.
Yeah, very good.
It should be nice.
So you really
Narrower
do
leaf.
like the narrow leaf, huh?
Well, I think in the future people like a narrow leaf and
Yeah.
flat sinus. Maybe. I don't know. I don't.
And I guess because they grow in such a rosette, when you have a narrow relief, they all have better photosynthesis as well, rather than the round leaves, and they can fight each other for light
Yeah.
sometimes. This is beautiful too. Look at the new leaf.
There's also the bonfire with a Fort Sherman.
Yes. I mean, imagine this, but like 5 times bigger because it's still a baby.
Yeah, yeah.
And beautiful.
This one is a new hybrid from SiamFlora.
Mhm.
Different pattern and also very nice color with pink or rose or whatever you call salmon.
Would you consider this a mint or is it not?
Well, I think they have a mint trait. I'm sure they have a mint trait. Yeah.
So it's a golden sunset crossed with bonfire.
Yes. I think one of the largest bonfire hybrid
Okay.
we have now.
Both parents are
Both
variegated.
parent variegated.
This is very, very electrifying,
Mm.
that vein. It's really pretty. So this is the papillilaminum cross with
Yes.
luxuriance.
Yeah,
Variegated.
variegated papillillaminum crossed with the luxuriant.
Interesting.
See the bulleted leaf
Yeah.
and look like luxuriant, variegated luxuriant, but it's not 100%.
It does have that papillilaminum shape to it.
Yeah, they have
It does have that
papillilaminum,
shape. All right, Pak Chandra, thank you so much for your time and showing us around.
Thank you, Sean.
We're going to be looking forward to some of these variegated babies in the market soon. And for those of you trying to reach out to Pak Chandra, Indo-Aeroid's Instagram is going to be on here or on this corner. All right, see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Subscribe, only plants.
Oh.